Alright. We're here with Melek, Reforged Researcher. It's a 5-minute XX. Its size is equal to the amount of instant and sorceries in your graveyard, and the first spell you cast each turn is 3 less. So, it's on both turns. So, sorceries on yours, or instants, and then instants on your opponent's, which is pretty cool. So, you get to play, like, weird 4-mana counter spells and stuff. I mean, it's not that amazing to do that, but it's kind of cool, right? Discount a bunch of random big stuff. But what I really like is the ability to fling this at your opponent for 20. It's happened to me once. I think there's 4 of them I'm running. I think there's a total of 6 available flings in the game. You have Thud, Fling, Kazul's Fury, and I think there's another one in here. I'm not even going to bother looking for it. And then you have Teamer Battle Rage, which isn't necessarily a fling, but it kind of does the same thing. Just might not be on your opponent's radar, just getting hit by like a, 15-15 double strike trample. And then you fling it after, too, which is kind of funny. We also have all the discounters. We got Baral, Electromancer, and what is it? Tempest Djinn? No, Haughty Djinn. You can probably run Malcolm. It could just be very scary for your opponent to let Malcolm get to 4 chorus counters. Also, I mean, it also might not, right? I'm not super, super deep like you would if Malcolm was just your commander, right? Like twice as many big spells. But it's still alright. It does at least loot every time, and I am running Faithless Looting. But I'm currently not running Malcolm. I think I have too many board wipes, all the red board wipes, that I just don't want to hose my own Malcolm. I'd rather Malcolm just be some kind of thing like, Faithless Looting itself. Obviously, we have Ragavan and all the 2 rocks, because I think at 5, I think the weakest point of this deck is this does cost 5. If you tap out to play this and it dies, you're not looking too good. I've seen plenty of Melek players just not cast Melek for quite a while, and then maybe just cast it as a fling later, right? Like, oh, you're at, I don't know, 12 or something, and like, alright, I'll just play this for the first time and then thud you or something. But, it's still, I think I'm still going to have, like, kind of a mix between the two, just, like, so I don't feel terrible never casting it and all that jazz. I'm running Kefnet. There's a lot of instant sorceries in here. It's been a while since I've played this card. In fact, I think the last time I played this card was normal constructed, or at least the last time I've seen it. So it'd be kind of cool to put it in here. You can't copy counter spells though, so it's like probably not that good. But you know what? I haven't played it in a while, and I kind of want to. Same with Search for Iskanta. Definitely milling yourself. It just grows this, right? You don't actually have to cast a spell to put it to your graveyard, so it's nice. That does mean I am not running the Delve spells, Treasure Cruise, and Dig Through Time, or really trying to avoid things with like Flashback. I do have Chemist's Insight in here, but I think I want to keep my graveyard full to the best of my abilities, right? Except Mizzix's Mastery, because, I mean, this card is just stupid every time you overload it anyways, no matter what your graveyard looks like, but yeah, that's it. Big spells, throw a 25 at your opponent's face. Don't die in the meantime. Let's roll. Okay, my opponent's taking way too long. I'm not even gonna waste my time. Opponent's taking 10,000 years to find 2 lands in a mono green deck. I guess you can. I am probably going to lose anyways, because now my opponent gets to fling Melek at me, and then I'm dead there. Okay, now they can just kill it in combat. Alright, yeah. Again, it's just green. It literally can't keep up with the value. Oh, they just had one in hand. Jesus Christ. Alright. Against a Grixis control deck. Okay, I lost my whole hand and my graveyard because that just does that. So I guess this game is completely over then. Whatever. This must work. Oh, wait, no, I'm just dead to the approach anyways, right? I don't have an answer to it? So I have to, like, forego everything and find a counterspell for it? I did not. So we're dead. Yep. There's certain cards I can draw that are good. Istvos. It's not Eekvos. Yeah, I don't know what their name means. I am confused. Okay, I guess I keep Wash Away. It's hard to get rid of this card. It's just really good. Okay, hopefully we get to Volcanic Spite something. That would be nice. That is not really that amazing to spite, but I mean, I can force cards out of my opponent's hand, and I don't see why I wouldn't cast this. If my opponent wants to keep this around, I cannot imagine I'm upset with that. Yep. I feel like this just favors me to do all the things that I am doing. So let's make a treasure. It does mean I'll spend the treasure if I want to cast the, whatchamacallit, Fire Prophecy. I really just don't feel like a 3-1 is going to annihilate me. Sure. Opponent cheats out a land. Excellent. Has a land anyways. Think we're going to do this, which feels really bad. And then put away... I don't even know if I want Storm's Breath. Okay, I don't think I need... I don't think I want Storm's Breath, given the situation. Okay, so we play this, and then hopefully we get to Wash Away. There's not really much they can do in the game to stop it. Mana Tithe, but I can... Yeah, there's no red or white card that stops that. They can cast this again next turn. What does it do? Look at the top 6. Equipment, Warrior. Make Warrior tokens, -3. Target twice the number of Warriors equipment. Okay. You. Alright, surely this game we will have Melek. Surely my opponent has nothing. For once in our lives, we'll untap with Melek with a relevant spell. I'm certain of it. I am so certain of it. This is the game. This is the time. It is. We're in. We literally did it. I imagine they're going to spam block. Let us... 4 damage. So we go 1, 2 here. Tap 2 permanents. Tap this. And doesn't matter. And 1, 1, 2. Does this tap on its own? It doesn't actually, so I did have to target it with the tap. But it does survive, obviously. Okay. Get to kill your commander. I think we're going to win this game. It's looking real good for us here. They've protected this Hollow Blade a lot, and it has now become irrelevant. They can't really swing with it anymore. It's still, like, just good, though, but... Sure. They can find... Nothing immediately scary, but Sword of Fire and Ice is scary next turn. Okay, that gives it flying, but they can't really swing with it. They'll just die. Maybe they should swing anyways. I probably would. I don't know if blocking gets you anywhere. Playing defensively at this point probably is just not a good idea. Alright. Drawn from Dreams. None of these are amazing. I'll take that and this. And play this. Can I? Nope, I can't. So they take 16, and then we Fury them. We did it. Look at that. I actually did it. I finally did it. So you take... I don't even have to fling Melik, but I'm going to out of spite because I haven't done it yet. Nice. I did it. It literally took 1 hour. It took 1 hour to finally kill somebody with the Melik fling. smack them and then throw it so it hits. It's like pseudo double strike, I guess. Oh, we did it. Oh, it took an hour. It took an hour. And this was my first win, too. This wasn't just the first time doing it. It was my first win. It took an hour. Oh my goodness. Oh. I can sleep soundly tonight now. I don't think that's going to happen again, but I mean, look, that's what happens when your opponent isn't playing green. And they don't have Llanowar Elves on the play, you know? You get to like play the game. you get to play a slower game. Right? Everyone's playing a nice and slow. I mean, the most dishonest thing you can do in this format so far is just like cheat mana out, right? Playing 2 lands in turn 1. How do you Soul Ring? I mean, Soul Ring's probably the best card in Commander, right? It goes in every single Commander deck. If you can play half of a Soul Ring, it's still really good, right? In the form of, obviously, Llanowar Elves being half a Soul Ring. It's just really good. It's just always going to be good. I think someone in the Commander Rules Committee or whatever was like, they have decks that don't have Soul Ring in it, therefore it's not the best card ever. And that logic to me just blows my mind. That couldn't make less sense if they tried. I'm not threatened by this commander, so I'm just gonna play this. Vigilance Ward, another creature gains protection from the card type you choose. So it's like a Mother of Runes? I don't... Okay. I'm not impressed. What do we do right now? Nothing? I kind of want to force my opponent to show me something. Apparently they have something. Why wouldn't they? Nope, whatever. Of course. This is an instant. I'm not going to fling my Electromancer. That wouldn't make any sense to me. I wouldn't fling it for any reason at all. Shoot, I wouldn't fling it for free. You got it. You got it. I am not upset with that. That swords did not go to Melek. I cannot imagine I'm upset with this. Kind of added crazy things to do, though. Guess I Chemister's Insight. Unless I draw... I don't know. I don't even know what I could draw that would make me change my mind. I'm not going to channel this land just to hit Pippin. I don't think that makes sense. I mean, I could do it. They could recast Pippin, though, and I don't even know. I mean, this can't be the wrong thing, right? I'm just going to do it. If my opponent wants to deal with a token, there's no way I'm upset, right? There's no way this upsets me. Like, you have to deal with a token off of a channeled land. I feel like I'm winning that trade. Okay, they phased out a token. Okay. I need to draw a land, because I channeled my land. I did draw land. So Melik is pretty good as like a creature in play. I might need Melik just to cast this Star of Extinction. That is to say, Star of Extinction is relevant, which it isn't the most relevant as it stands, but it's not the worst thing I could be doing. Opponent yet again, keeping it on top. Love to see it. Alright, surely you don't have... Actually, no, hold on. That doesn't make sense. I need to draw a land. And I'm going to try to do that with getting rid of... I don't think this is a fling game. I did not draw land, so now we probably just lose instantly. I really, 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 really needed a land. Whatever. You've got to be kidding me. Whatever. Stupid. Yep, can't draw anything. God forbid. Not that it matters. My opponent had an answer to it anyways. Not a surprise. Yep. So stupid. Nope. Can't win a game, can I? We've already won our game for the day, I think. I think that's what this means. I think we've just won our game for the day. We will suffer for the next 20 minutes. Oh, look, it's green again. Wow. Oh, look. Turn 1 Soul Ring. Wow. Well, half a Soul Ring, rather. Bank Job. What does that do? Beginning of your upkeep. Exile bottom card. Wait, the bottom creature card of it. What? Okay. Sure. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Let's get rid of... Whoa, that's not... Whoa! I thought this was, I thought that was a different card. Okay, well, I guess a lightning bolt. I thought that was a Faithless Looting. I'm not going to lie. I legit thought that was Faithless Looting. My opponent got Crucius? Come on! You've got to be kidding me, they got Crucius. Oh, no. I mean, alright, okay, so let's play this, and then, I guess do nothing? It's not really that great right now. But I can Thud Crucius. Slimefoot? What the... That's interesting. Opponent got Crucius. You've got to be kidding me. Yep. I guess I get a really, really good spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost want Discover the Formula, but I'm actually going to get Sublime Epiphany. And we can swing! Yay! And we pass. Opponent gets Mayhem Devil. That's actually a problem because it's got all the treasures going and stuff. I don't... I don't think they're dead. It is 20 damage, but it's... Okay, I'm not going to Battle Rage. I would rather do this, because they could cast a removal spell where now they just won't, and this should do it. So we just kill you with a 10-10. There's no way they can gain that kind of life, so... Yeah. Nice. Alright, so... Yeah, I put him in a weird position with, like, a revealed counterspell. People kind of get tripped up when they see that, but, yeah, if I went for the Battle Rage and they just, like, blocked it... Or, not, excuse me, not blocked it, cast an actual removal spell on it, they're dead. So they were probably... If they had a removal spell, we're probably wait until my end step, so I can't, like, you know... It just tosses you off kilter, especially when it's not lethal. And obviously they didn't have a fling on their radar. But that is to say they might not have had a removal spell, so it didn't matter. But yeah, we didn't have to worry about this Mayhem Devil, fortunately. Okay, so this deck was, at least my iteration of this deck, was absolutely terrible. One of the worst commanders I've played in recent times. I only won 2 games, and it took over an hour to get to that point. I don't really know if there's any assortment of cards that this deck can run that cares about this. Like, if you don't care about the text box and you're just playing blue-red really good nonsense, fine. But if you actually want the text box to be kind of useful, or at least, you know, use the bottom part of it in some kind of way, so it isn't simply just a haughty djinn, it just, you have to play big stuff like this, right? Otherwise, well, what's the point? I don't understand the point of that. And same with the flings, right? So you kind of want a moderately sized graveyard so that actually, you know, gets kind of big and you can fling it or, you know, team or battle rage it. But you're going to get completely annihilated by kind of anything that ramps, which is well over half the format. I think about 70% of the format has green in it. Green is just the way to be. It's just the strongest color. It has been for a while. Not even just POC. It's just the strongest color. Every single commander that has gotten thrown into tier 1 recently has green in it. You know, even Golos actually. It's just going to ramp so far ahead of you that you'll never have time to, like, keep up with them. And then if something like a Modi shows up, Cascade means they're like 2 for 1-ing you because you can't counter every spell. So if they're getting free ramp spells and they're just going to race ahead of you, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. You're going to fall behind. Red sweepers aren't blanket answers. They do answer a lot of things, but a lot of the games I played, the green deck had something so big, the only way to kill it was Star of Extinction. I just couldn't stop it, right? Unless I had a counterspell. It was nothing I could do. I had River's Rebuke, I guess, right? But you have to get to that point. It's just hard to do all that and get Melik in play and have it be useful, right? And if they're any other color that isn't green, right? If they're white and green, now they have a bunch of exile and destroy cards for Melik, and it's hard to defend Melik while also doing everything else you want to do. It's just pulling itself in too many directions and probably favors... It's just one of those multiplayer commanders. I don't know one-on-one if I like it that much. The wins are hilarious, and I do like them. It's just, I don't think you're going to get them that often. When I've played against this, the lists look slightly different than what I'm doing here. But again, I'm kind of just doing what I want to do with it. Kind of like a more goofy way to play it. If it was a little bit more optimized, I think it would be slightly better. But the same issues would still be there. I don't think it's completely removing the blanket problems that this commander has. It's just a 5-mana blue-red commander that, if you play on turn 5, doesn't do anything except maybe be moderately big. It doesn't do a good job of defending itself. So you can look at this commander and probably should, which probably makes it even worse, as like a 7 mana commander. So you can leave up magic spells when you play your magic card. You have to leave up spells when you play this, otherwise it's like pretty likely to die. Even against something like mono green, it can still kind of kill it, or maybe even ignore it, which is even worse, right? Pock will completely ignore you. They do not care about Melik. Pock is always bigger. The one time I played against Pock, actually, that wasn't true, but I still lost anyways, because it's Pock. It didn't matter if Melik was a 2020. You're still going to lose. And I'm not interacting enough to, like, trip up my opponent and stifle them and slow them down and lightning bolt their mana dorks and right, like I didn't go that route again. You want to run a bunch of shocks and a bunch of burn, and it just gets in the way of what I want Melik to be doing. And then it just kind of feels like I'm playing a homogenous blue-red deck with like this weird, goofy, sometimes payoff thing that doesn't kill half the commanders in the format. Or defeat them, rather, not kill the commander specifically. Well, actually, that's true as well. This actually struggles dealing with certain commanders, because there could be a Planeswalker one. Liliana of the Veil just outright feels like an unwinnable matchup. I didn't play against it, but thinking about it, if I can't answer Liliana of the Veil itself, I'm completely screwed, right? And then it's got a -2, and I don't have a lot of creatures to soak up the edicts. It's just so hard to get around stuff like that. Same with Davriel. Same with a lot of the black ones. Anything that has 5 removal spells that have been dead up until the point you've played Melik now have targets for all of them, and you're not going to defend Melik against all of those. It's just not going to happen. This is not instant speed. I know Fling is, but that's, again, at least 6 mana is up if you want to do that in response to them killing it, right? And then try to do it like 3 turns later with a second Fling or something. It's just so hard to do that. I lost a game to that 6 mana exile your non-creatures from hand and graveyard. That card is not really good at all in this format, right? Most things that kill you are kind of creature-based. They don't care about your 6 mana Mass Duress with a Bajuka Bog attached to it. But what's funny is they got cast against this when it was in play. I lose my hand and my graveyard, so it's a 0/0, and it also dies to that 6 mana card. I thought that was actually kind of funny. So it's just like goofy random cards that usually aren't even all that good in my opinion are actually pretty good against this too. It's just not doing anything that I'm impressed with, which is really unfortunate. I did lose to it, I think 2 of the 4 times I've played against it. May have only lost one of those, I can't quite remember. The game went very long because, again, most of the games I play, I'm playing something that isn't just like, cookie cutter or whatever. I'm playing every commander. You're going to play some that force out long games. And if Melik gets a long game, Melik is a happy commander. You probably won't get long games, and if you do, you're probably not going to play against something that isn't capitalizing on the game going really long, like some sort of Grixis control deck or something like that, not just dealing with green. So it's just problematic and unfortunately isn't very good. At least that's my take. I obviously not the largest sample size of games. There's a lot of losses. I don't know how many, but I did get unlucky in a few of them, and that's just going to happen. Sometimes you just get a string of bad luck. I can't imagine I got a string of bad luck for a solid hour. I think there's something just struggling that this deck is not prepared for, and you're going to bump into what it is not prepared for quite often, which is predominantly green-based openers, Llanowar Elves into Cavernous Souls or Delighted Halfling, so now you can't counter anything, into a 3-minute ramp spell, and then you're just done. You're just done. Move on. You just can't keep up with that. You can't keep up with it with your rocks and your treasure and your Ragged... Well, maybe sometimes Ragavan. It's just rough. And then, if you're ever on the draw and they have a turn 1 ramp spell and you don't have Lightning Bolt to kill it, it's over. Like, I don't think I won a single game where that happened to me, and they just pull ahead so fast, which forces my deck to be cut in half mana cost-wise. And again, I didn't want to do that, so I don't recommend it. I'm sure there's people that swear by it, and there's fans that like this card, and they probably have a better list than I did. But overall, I think I just won't play this again. I don't see this as being significantly better, while also keeping a bunch of big fun spells, because again, you're just never gonna get everything you want. You're just asking too much. You don't have enough time to pull this off. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and have a good Easter. Yeah, if that's your thing.